So back to Mammon, and I know people are like, what does Mammon have to do with Max? Mammon is a part of religion. It's a devil. So yeah, his army is the gleaming guard. They're they're filled with bone devils and barb devils, right? And ice devils. Insectoid ice devils. So if the game was the belly of the beast, right? Like Lupe said, then he said, laid down the line that is crooked police stationed in the knees. And Mammon is a devil for greed. The fact that I know Mammon was living in him. So I'm a name a devil. That's why I picked it. It's Mammon that was in Max Kellerman. Greed, that's why his eyes turn green. Jealousy is the green-eyed monster. And green-eyed monster people try to hurt other people. Well, they do. Now, I don't know what's in this indigenous community with these indigenous colors. But I know there's a positive and negative to every color. Has to be. That's why some people are colorblind. Literally. And animals are. Back to Mammon. So for all these rappers, I don't know if you have a false demigod. I don't know if his name is Max Kellerman. And you sexually harass and body shame people that walk around, that you're attracted to, that you think is supposed to be in music. They just want to live their life, have a 9-to-5, start a family or whatever. Not sit up there and be a ventriloquist or a puppet or something of some type of sort. Some people don't want to be in that. Some people do. So the people that do and the people that want to be musicians and the people that are artists and they love doing what they do, that's their attention that you need to pay to them. Don't try to open up no doors, because there's such thing as a back door. And there's a coffin door also. Stop trying to open up doors to try to make somebody something that they're not. First of all, and that's both ways, whether you want to laugh at them or laugh with them. If you think for 1 second, I'm gonna judge somebody because they didn't sit up there their whole life and write rhymes, instead of trying to, really articulate themselves to the world, to the community, and to politics, to state, to religion. Anybody could do that. If my family was to sit me down and tell me, listen, we want you to write raps. Forget everything else. Just write raps. When I was a little kid, and I knew that they didn't care about nothing, I didn't care about no consequences either, that's all that would have happened. I'd have been writing raps. Me personally, I wanted to box. Being famous locally, whether you want to call it a local buzz, I'll take it. It is what it is. I'm not bragging about it. You are. I'd rather not be known, be filthy rich, and be underground somewhere in the mansion. Not next to you. My hair might fall out. All types of other stuff is going to happen. Or because you channel yourself a different way. That's just personally. If you got a whole bunch of money and you can sit up there and offer a celebrity a whole bunch of money for a conversation on your platform, I don't care how old you are, right? But you don't want to do the same thing for a victim. When you are that victim, or when you are that foundation that is leeching from that follower, that Mammon following, with the boned devils and the insectoid ice devils and the barb devils. Think about it. You're starving, skull and bones. The game is going to feed you. How am I not making sense? I can't steal this from nobody. You've been leeching my style the whole time. You sound like me. I just know more. Once this hit and get the spins, everybody gonna be like, well, where this been? This is the good shit right here. MAMMON. That's why I'm talking about everything. There was extraterrestrials and UFOs and flying sources in religion texts. It made you use your left side of your brain. In the back. Because you didn't know how to feel. You was paranoid, scared, you didn't know. Then you was loving. Then full of hatred, then you loved again, then you was fearing. As you reading something that doesn't have any pictures in it. So I don't know I know in other countries they play different games. They play hideous games, wiki games, they play dangerous games. I know there was people that hopped out of the Amazons and was biting bat heads off. And flying foxes' heads off. And eating animals alive. Static electricity used to scare me. I used to think I was on a jet, like a water jet, a ski jet. As soon as it hit me. So if I'm a person that's still getting in fights, and there was a community when I was younger that was doing the same thing, and look who was there, and then you personally, you did something to me at a young age. You opened my soul to at a young age. And I'm constantly still getting hurt from it. And you was the one who did it. So you snitched on yourself. You involved me and yourself and somebody else with something that sharp on a kid that was young that you knew for years. And all of a sudden, instantly, like the magic I just showed, the sharp thing has been hitting me. I'm covered up. You can look me straight in my face. You can see what I'm talking about. There's more. And you was the first person. So I'm trying to figure out how are they going to save you here. And state, they don't penalize kids like for murder and stuff like they do adults, right? Certain ages. I'm going to tell you, 7. And then there's another angle before 13 and then after 13. Below 18, right? Let's talk about my hospital records. When everybody found out and they knew. People went for my hospital records. His people went for my hospital records. So back to what I was talking about on how, desperate times call for desperate measures. And, people try to use their brain too much on others instead of using their brain on themselves. And with that being said, those males that make that angle, that try to think about other people more than they think about themselves, sometimes they get backed by certain females that's just like them. And then in this sticky situation, a person that's not for that might stick up for that behavior later down the line. So what's the sense of trusting them? Why be involved in a game that's just going to retire you the wrong way? Look at the previous rappers. Not the deceased rappers, but look at the alive rappers. Look at all of them. Yo, Black Rob died of COVID. Nobody said nothing about Black Rob. Fred the Godson. I know these is local New York rappers, but nobody's putting them up. I mean, they probably putting them up in their city. But it ain't New York. And that's just it. If it's not America either on all cylinders. Because it's our country now. Or it's their country now. Or I don't live here anymore. Or I don't feel like I live here anymore. You see? You see why I could declare it's over? Because for years since my lifetime, and I've been saying, who are we answering to? Why can't we just all have money and or everything be free? Rationed. You know what I'm saying? Like everything be rationed and then there'd be no unfairness. you know, and then let us live. Like, don't just barely feed us, barely clothe us. Like, make everything better. Make the infrastructures better. Make the technology better. Make everything look better. Stop letting us, you know, buy these nice looking products that's just gonna fall apart because of the material. Whether you can say it's wood or leather, or whether you can say it's plastic or patent leather, or is knitted, like, or if the walls is just trash, like, give us something else. See what I'm saying? Like, if the outside of the house is wood and we can have a cement or a brick house, then that's what I want. If my mansion got to be a brick, a castle, and that's what I want. That's what castles were made for. It was made for protection against war, protection against the adversaries that engage in battle and all that. So I'm not understanding how I can't produce any videos and can't speak my mind. Like, and that's my point on how everybody that's questioning me, that's how you abuse me from afar. Because you think I'm supposed to be sitting up here. I'm 35 years old. I'm supposed to sit up here and just think about that shit with Max Kellerman. And that's why you don't want to give it the light. That's why you don't want to give it the time. That's why you don't even want to give it the money and the funding. You know what I'm saying? Because I wrote a book and a play about this situation. Because I was already... It's too obvious. I was already ahead of the game. You know why? Because after I realized he plotted on me, I didn't go to school yet. I'm 35. Think about it. I'm thinking... And you're saying, oh, how can we know this was him? Well, wait until you see the paperwork from the doctors, if I can still find them. The same paperwork they was trying to take away. Wait till you see how old I was. Now listen. For the people that like abusing me that way, oh, well, you can't prove it, this, that, and the third, it's just like busting a nut. So for everybody that think I'm handsome in the streets, girls and boys, y'all messed yourself up. Honestly and truthfully, if a woman can get mad at a man for telling his homeboy or whoever that he had sex with that woman, and as her revenge is to dress him like a chick and then make him have sex with a man, if that's the ultimate revenge, well, I just proved my point. You all deserve the cyber Satan. You all deserve to be on somebody's MK Ultra, and you all deserve the Blu-ray. Repetitively, insanely, just because there's no mirrors in the insanity board. That's how you hurt me from afar. It's bow and back down, right? The United States of America did it to themselves. You did it to yourself. Mammon, the devil of greed, with the gleaming gods, that is his army. Barbed devils, insectoid ice devils, skeleton devils, skull and bones, Mammon, a tree with money falling off of it, leaves turning into money, it's shapeshifting with a face in it. You see what I'm saying? It's the angle. Everybody sees it. For somebody kid to look at me and call me a devil, or for somebody kid to look at me and call me a redskin, you all deserve it. Think about if I was heartless and ruthless and somebody seen that, and that's what happened. Somebody else, indigenous, seen somebody else that had no business tapping into my indigenousness, do it. And I pointed out. So for everybody that's getting raped and having a good time according to the women, sometimes I wonder who deserved the marks that I had, even what he got. I didn't even know he had one. And look where it's at. Now look where mine is. So who was really talking down on me? Yeah. For years. When is it gonna end? When nobody listen. If you know about my story, because I've been talking about it, be prepared for the whitewashing, like I said. I'm proving that he's evil. Will Kane is covering UFOs. He was with a lizard. There's nothing lizard about me. I said reptilian. That's for them slow people that like mixing things up. They think they can say and do whatever they want. You know, the people that got the father that got 2 guns and they go bang bang. The tough guys. I'm the one that tries you back. Notice what I said. So I defeat you first and then I come looking for you. Again. Yeah. I defeat you first and then I come looking for you again. Especially when you as wrong as you wrong. As wrong as you're wrong, I'm good. Not as long as you're wrong. As wrong as you are. And as wrong as you wrong me, forget everybody else. I do not think it's cool to be targeted by a celebrity. I do not think anxiety and paranoia is sixth sense that comes from being sucked out and suffocated. It's a sixth sense. I see dead people. Your brain starts thinking different. So when I say you obtain degrees just to make yourself look right, I can prove it. Don't mix up religion, gang activity, church and state. Don't do it. Don't do it. I mean, if creatine is made from a rhinoceros horn, that's the powder that's on the rhinoceros horn. That's why y'all get, you know, the people that take it, and sometimes y'all have gas problems because you didn't take the proper water. Or later down the line, you're going to have, you know, those really, really painful ligament and tendon problems. It's because you cheated the game. You're enhanced. You're not natural. You was thinking too fast. Your excitement is to laugh at somebody who is not doing as good as you. You're taught that. Then you're taught by a different culture that same laugh is followed by an electricity. Bolt of a buzzer of a wrong answer because you got it wrong. You ain't do it the proper way. There's right brain people and there's left brain people. In school, they made me write with my right hand. In kindergarten, I was writing with my left hand. They made me write with my right hand. Broke me out of writing with my left hand. Got me in trouble. They got me in trouble. Principal Mr. Chiaffi, Mr. Rascal, served me. I was in kindergarten. Oh, you have to learn how to write with your right hand. Writing fine. I'm drawing pictures and everything with my left hand. Miss Salant, and everybody could get me in trouble. All they got to do is lie on me, and I had to go sit down. It was that important for me to write with my right hand. Me though. It was that important for me. This is when I was 6 and 7 years old, before I went through that BS I went through with him. Making me write that. But I knew him though. That's the thing. That's why I'm sketchy about it. I knew of him. I knew him. I seen him. He seen me. This is 4 and 5 years and counting of this relationship. The first time I ever seen a transgender was with him. He looked like a football player, dressed as a woman. I'm dead serious. So now he had 20-something years to cover his tracks. As you can see, on first take, they gave him the platinum opportunity to cover his tracks. However, the reason why he doesn't do a good job is because he was helped by the police. His police officers. They was just police officers. His example to judge the athletes on TV was me in Paris, in White Plains, New York.